Last night on Checkpoint, Zach Fleming looked at the state of beaches in Auckland. Zach found no swim notices on 24 beaches in the city of Sales. That's nearly 40% of all monitored beaches. 16 of them are so long-term they have no end date. Things are better than they were last month. Over a few days in February, 50 beaches were no swim zones. Some of the city's most famous and beloved beaches, including Takapuna and Mission Bay, have been declared elevated health risks due to poor water quality this summer. The city's beaches are so dirty in some places that ocean swimming events are now regularly being cancelled, and surf lifesavers are refusing to work at events at any beaches that aren't officially designated as clean. I spoke to Auckland Mayor Phill Goff just before coming on air. He says the state of Auckland's beaches is simply not good enough.
And that's why I've proposed in our 10-year budget what I'm calling a targeted rate for water quality. It works out at about $1.30 a week per household on the average priced home of $1 million. That'll give us, for example, another $400 million. It will assist the work that we're already doing and bring it forward so that over the next decade we can reduce the wastewater overflows onto our beaches, into our streams, by about 80 to 90%.
Okay,
That was going to take 30 years.
Right, so I was just going to say, you're bringing it forward. So from 30 years to 10 years.
Yeah, and of course it's going to take 10 years. Why? Because when you're building something like the Central Interceptor, which is going to cost $1 billion, you're talking about 13 kilometres of tunnel that's got a diameter of about 4.5 metres. It's a massive engineering job, but we're putting that out to tender right now, and we will start construction on that next year. So $1 billion on a Central Interceptor, more than $500 million on a Northern Interceptor over the North Shore, $136 million that we've just spent on upgrading the wastewater treatment plant at Mangere, which I'll be opening within months. All of those things are going to make a real difference. And it's not before time that we're doing these things. It should have happened years ago.
Right, so that's infrastructure you're just describing is with a rates increase of $1.30 a week on the average house.
That's the targeted rate for water quality. Okay. It's over and above the 2.5% general rate increase.
And are you seeking feedback on this? In other words, are you asking ratepayers if they want it?
Yep, and we're getting that right now. I've got the results from the first week. The first week we got 2,839 responses, and of those, 66% were in favour and 26 were opposed. So 26% of Aucklanders apparently quite happy about untreated water going into our harbours and onto our beaches, but 2/3 of us want council to do something about it and are prepared to put their money where their mouth is.
And if this doesn't happen, how long will it take before we are not swimming in wastewater, to put it politely?
Well, the truth is the situation with our beaches have been like this for as long as you and I have been alive. John, you'll probably remember the Manukau Harbour in the days when you couldn't swim on any beach in the Manukau, and the stench of the sewage across Mangere and Mount Roskill was appalling. So we've made some real advances, but we've still got a long way to go. And you can tell that because normally there's about 16 beaches that you shouldn't be swimming at. Whenever it rains and the stormwater overflows into the wastewater system, you've got dilute sewage going into the harbours, and you've got the runoff from our roads going into the harbours, and that makes it unsafe to swim in. Why do we know that so well now? Because we've brought in a new system called Safe Swim. The old system was 5% accurate. The new system is over 80% accurate, and we've had a 20,000% increase in the number of people using our Safe Swim website since the start of the year.
Which is fantastic, but it doesn't alter the fact that there's poo in our seawater, right?
Quite deliberately, it makes it apparent to people that that is a problem, and that makes all of us, I hope, more determined to get on and do something about it.
Okay, and if we don't, if we don't agree to the targeted rates increase of about $1.30 a week on the average Auckland property, how long will it take before we're not swimming in poo?
It would take 30 years to get on and do the job that needs to be done. We can do that within a feasible construction time with the money in 10 years. That's what we ought to do, and that's what I urge Aucklanders sending their submissions into council to support.
Auckland Mayor Phill Goff talking to us just before we came on air.